It's been a really long time since the last video, and that's because getting stuff done takes a long time, and getting stuff done and filming it takes a really long time. What I thought we'd do now is a little bit of a walkthrough with shaky cam mode. Should go a lot quicker to film, and yeah, it'll be a little bit of an update of what's going on, what's happened, what's going to happen. It's the beginning of June now. Beautiful weather, summer in Sweden. It doesn't get any better than this. So yeah, let's go. Starting at the main gate, it's a sign. And that's made from an old pump. So that's the pump part. That's a piece of pipe that isn't supposed to be there. And that's the sign. That's the back side because the sun's shining on the front side. The pole fence is still looking good. Yep, there's the boat, haven't done anything with that. There's the tractor, haven't done anything with that. There's a big pile of gravel. That used to be twice as big. This is the pea and bean land. We're at the back of the workshop, and they're going to grow up on all of this structure here. So wooden poles and this rebar net. The rebar net's really good because it lasts year after year after year. And the poles, well, when they break or get rotten, you can just change them. I've got an unlimited supply of poles out in the forest. And this stuff, that's wool. Raw wool from sheep, obviously. And that's supposed to keep the deer away. Got a bit of a problem with deer. So, yeah, they're on top of the Easter Island heads, just because I thought it was funny. Otherwise, it's hanging all over the place in these tin cans. And the idea behind that is that the wool works until it rains. And it rains and it washes all of the smell out, and then it doesn't work anymore. If it works, I don't know. It's an experiment. So yeah. The Easter Island heads have got a new hairdo. It just amused me. That bicycle sculpture, it's not dumped. Got some young rhubarb plants here, and this ground alder is, well, I've got a lot less of it than I used to have, but yeah. I'm still fighting it. It's a lot better than it was. Some more rhubarb there. There's the root cellar. This is an American blueberry bush, and it's the same as, well, you get blueberries. But normal blueberries grow very close to the ground, and they're a real pain to harvest. This thing is brilliant. Get loads of berries and they're really easy to pick. A couple of kiwi plants there. Yeah, that's a chicken. There used to be a snowmobile here, and I was going to get it running, and I came to the conclusion that I was never going to get time, and I got tired of looking at it, so that's gone. And we've got an old carpentry bench here instead, with my collection of weights, because I wanted to get them out of the workshop, and a piece of apple wood, just because it was lying there and it, you know, yeah, it's odd. Call it that. Had to build some legs for the bench because it didn't have any. And in doing that, it means that the vise doesn't work. So I don't know what sort of legs this was supposed to have, but yeah, it's just there now. I got that out of the workshop as well, so happy about that. Small chickens. Oh, there's one. They hatched, yeah, 6 weeks ago. Got some seedlings coming here, and here in the little greenhouse, yeah, I didn't really go to plan. Got some carrots, they're kind of okay. Everything else went to seed. And the salad's doing okay. Big greenhouse then. Chilies, tomatoes, peppers. That's doing alright. Got a bench there and a device for knocking in fence posts. Let's move that. That's another thing that was just lying around in the workshop, taking up space. So I got rid of that. We've got some pallet collars stacked up here. They're a strange size. And they're a strange size because I made them a strange size because I wanted them to fit here. But a pallet collar, you can just take it apart. You can make it any size you want. If you want it bigger than it is, when you get it, you can just put longer planks in. So this is standard length and half as wide as they normally are, just because that's what fitted here. That's funny in Swedish. I don't think it's as amusing in English. Firewood's coming along. That's birch there. Need to complete that stack. That is freshly felled birch, so it's going to need to sit there, yeah, a couple of years. This will be firewood to the winter. It's coming now. And that. And I need to fill these. And I also need to fill the woodshed. Still working on the snowblower. I got a new engine for this. The old engine exploded. This one actually runs. It's very old, but it actually runs really well, but it is ridiculously loud. It's not like, oh wow, that's loud. It's more like, oh wow, I can feel the sound waves hit him in the chest. So yeah, I think that's going to get changed out again because it's not really usable. Oh well. And then in the rest of the meadow here, I felled some trees up there. So there are a lot of bits of branch lying around. My neighbour's got a big machine that'll turn all that into wood chip. So yeah, just need to do that. Get rid of all that. We've got some outside tomatoes growing up on this rebar net with a bit of a frame. I don't know what the frame was from. I think it was an old tent or something. But it wasn't particularly difficult to get it into this shape. So it was perfect for that. There's the outside sink. That's in place. That works now. And you get, yeah, right now you get hot water and warm water because it's warm outside. We've got raspberries, blackberries. I need to make some more of these holdy uppy posty things. I've got the posts in there, but I need to complete them. Need to fix the table. That's gone a bit rotten. And it looks like someone's hit it with an axe. And yeah, it always looked like that. I'm not the one who's done that. But knowing the chap I got it from, I suspect he slaughtered a chicken on it. Yeah, I don't know. I just suspect that. Got a new bridge here. That's actually really useful, because there's a ditch that runs all the way here, and you either have to go over the ditch up there or over the ditch there, and that's quite a long way. So before I had to go round everything. Now I've got a bridge right over the middle. That's actually been very useful. The bale trailer, that's working really well. I've moved a lot of bales with that. Yeah, that's a pile of stuff, don't look at that. All the fruit trees seem to be doing well. One cherry tree died, but out of, I think it was 22 trees, that's not too bad. Bit of salad going on here. Bit more salad going on. That's the sort of the compost area. There's another one of those deer scarers with the wool. That weird looking thing's a barbecue. There's some maize in there, some potatoes. There's a potato, poking up. That caravan's the sauna. That's a stand for tripod for a telescope. I don't have the telescope, I just have the tripod. This is the flower bed that, yeah, I put a lot of work into this. I got all of the ground elder out of it. And that's gone, but yeah, now I've got grass. So I need to do something about that. But that's a lot easier to get rid of than ground elder. So that's not a big problem. And the wall that I rebuilt a couple of years ago. Well, I started a couple of years ago and finished it last year. I'm starting to take down some trees in here. There we have two very large, very old rowans. And there's a nice oak here. And I want to give them a bit of space to grow. So all of this, there's a lot of birch and something that's called säl in Swedish. I don't know what it is in English. Yeah, look it up. It just grows like weeds. So I want to get rid of all of that and let in a bit more of the evening sun. That's my outside toilet. And leaning up against it is a lot of old windows. And they're very nice old windows. I'm going to use those to build a veranda. And then I'm going to renovate the outside toilet so it is once more an outside toilet. Yeah, it's like a composting toilet. Because why not? It's there. carrots here, strawberries. I built this cage. I've got a lid for this as well, top for this as well. I built this cage to keep the birds out. I thought this was a lot better than using plastic net, for birds get stuck in plastic net. That's a bit, you know, a bit sad. So I built a cage, and I need 1, 2, 3, yeah, maybe 4 more of them. Oh well. This is a really good flower bed. This is also full of weeds and grass and ground elder, but this has come on really nicely. We had quite a bit of rain recently. What have we got there? 40 millimetres in the last week. So that's good. Here we have plums. They're going to go up against the wall of the house. Yeah, I had to fix that plank there. Been thinking about doing that for, I think, since I bought this place 7 years ago. It will happen, just don't know when. I guess it'll have to happen before those plum trees get too big. This is the latest water tank coming off the house here. A couple of years ago, ran out of water. I didn't run out of water in the well. That's the well down there. That's my drinking water. I don't want to use that to water the garden. So I've got this tank here now. I need to pretty it up a little bit, like I do with all of my water tanks. So I'm going to screw planks to the side of the tank so it doesn't look like a big lump of plastic. But it's functional at the moment. So put it in last week and we're up to there with the water. This is 1,000 litres or a cubic metre of water. This was the first bridge I built a couple of years ago. There's some weird sculpture. I don't know what that thing is, I just thought it looked interesting. And there's some more sculpture there, but you can't see it because it's chicken net. It is there. Here's the beehive, which is not in use yet. The beehive is going to be, it's going to sit here somewhere. I need to level out the ground a little bit, and yeah, that's not really possible. So what I need to do is build a little bit of a retaining wall with rock and lay in some gravel and set the beehive up there. And that is a dead cherry tree. That's the only tree that didn't survive out of the 22. Good bit of apple blossom on the old tree. Some more sculpture, which has fallen over. I think I hit it with the lawnmower. I need to do something so it sits on the ground a little bit better. That's an old gramophone horn that someone was throwing out, and some yeah, there's bits of old rubbish really. Bits of wood from, I don't know what they are. Might have been part of a loom. Inside the gramophone horn, it's like a mould for sand casting, and it just happened to fit in there. So, yeah, that's that. But I do need to do something to stop it falling over. Electric transport moped. And half a trailer. This was originally twice as long and just odd bits of metal sort of welded together. So I need to weld that bit here and put a new axle under it, and then it's a complete trailer. And then I'll put one of those EBC tanks on it, IBC tanks on it. So if the water runs out completely, the irrigation water runs out completely, I can go and get some more. And some chickens. I think it's a bit warm for them. I had to put a roof on the chicken run because the hawks kept getting in and taking the chickens, and it looks terrible. I don't like it. So I'm just seeing that as motivation to build a proper chicken run with a proper roof over it, because I don't like the way this one looks, but it's functional. Well, there you go. That's a quick little video about what's going on at Smedstorp, beginning of June. And there's a cat. See you next time.